Hello, 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 everybody. This is your girl, dating and relationship coach, Martha Bodyfelt, and I am just here just for a quick Thursday training. And we're actually just going to talk about something just very, it's one of these things that I consider it to be very, very simple, but not necessarily easy, if that makes sense. And so today, as we are kind of going into the spring and, if we're looking to kind of emerge from our hibernation and emerge from our proverbial cape, so to speak, to go out and maybe put ourselves out there and date again and find love again, there is something that I've been thinking about. So there are a lot of high achieving professional women that I work with who are very similar to you, very similar to the incredible folks who are watching this right now. And it is something that I know in my line of work, helping women like you find love again, that is the determiner between if they actually end up finding incredible love and date successfully, or they remain discouraged and then they give up on love, although that is actually what they want because they're a hopeless romantic. And so let's just kind of like back up a little bit here. So I know for a fact, you are a high achieving professional woman. You're much like the women that I coach and I work with every day. And much like you, they are rocking in their career. They feel very confident and they're doing well professionally, and they're badasses. Much like you, they've been through a lot. They've started from the bottom, and now that they are achieving and they have great friends, they're dealing with their family members and they're just kind of rocking at their career. And so, much like you, these women are at the top of their game, or they are quickly going there. They are succeeding in whatever their career is, and they always feel very confident about them. So, unlike maybe where you are right now, but I know you're going to be in the future, they have been able to date successfully and they have found incredible relationships, despite the fact that maybe they have ex-husbands or ex-boyfriends that didn't treat them well. Despite the fact that maybe they're dating until they started to work with me, their dating past was a bit of a shit show. Despite the fact that maybe work is crazy, right? Most of us who are professional women, we know work is crazy, but they're still able to find incredible love and date well. They are still able to meet incredible men who make them feel treasured and loved, despite the fact that maybe they have some family drama going on. Who doesn't have family drama going on at this point, right? Or basically a myriad of any other the commitments that they deal with. See, that's what happens. We are grown-ass women. We're going to always have demands on us. We're always going to have crazy commitments. We're always going to maybe be working very, very hard to put up boundaries. So you are no different than that. They are the exact same, yet they are finding incredible love. So there's one thing. If you're thinking, and you might be frustrated that, okay, well, Martha, I want that too. Damn it, why do they have it and I don't? Why are these women who are working with you, why are they successful and they're finding and attracting men that they want to date, not scrubby dudes, but they're finding that with ease. They're actually having fun dating again. It's not just this online dating shit show. They're not feeling frustrated. They're not being barraged with the up text messages and what's that? What do they have that I don't? What's wrong with me that I can't get that? But you're talking about all these other women who are very much like me, but they have that. And that might be making you feel like very frustrated because you do want to find love again, right? You do want to find love with an incredible man who is secure and supportive of you and just like knows how to treat you right and like knows how to act like a man. Like who doesn't want that? And so not having that, although you're doing all the things right, although you're working hard, you're working professional, you have the good friends, you're going through therapy, and you're doing everything that you think you're supposed to be doing because that's what society told you, but you are still feeling left out. You're feeling like, well, I want to learn how to date right because I want a good man. I want to have that love again. I want to feel desired and seen and heard and respected and valued. So what is this one thing? What is the one thing that separates these women who are successful in their careers, but also successful at love, from the women who may be successful at their careers, but maybe they're starting to feel discouraged? Maybe they're feeling angry. Maybe they feel like they are doing everything, but you know what? Maybe love is just not for them. So here's the one thing that separates the successful women from the women who are just maybe almost ready to walk away from love forever. Although that's what they want. Well, that's what they really, really want. And they're just kind of like resigning themselves. So drum roll, you want to know what that one thing is? That one thing, ladies, one word, is decision. What? Okay, so let's talk about this. The one word, that's it. It's decision. It's not luck. It's not that the women that I work with who date successfully are having an easier time at life than you. No, they've got bullshit going on too. It's not that they're more extroverted. It's not that they're better looking. It's not that they're younger. It's not that, they're just more feminine or anything like that. No, no, it's none of that. So don't put those excuses like, oh, well, they're just having a better job at it and they're having it easier because like they're not dealing with their brother's drug problem, or they're not dealing with their father, or they're not dealing with their mother's narcissism, or they're not dealing with their ex, making them feel bad, or any of that bullshit. The successful women who are still dealing with the same type of bullshit in their life that you are finding love again at this age. But here's what it comes down to. It's because they are making the decision to prioritize the actual work it takes to finding love. Because here's the thing. If you make that bold decision, if you decide to take radical responsibility for your work, if you decide to prioritize all that inner work that you need to do and all of that reconditioning of all the bullshit that you've been told that no longer serves you, with a guide, of course. But if you decide to quit making all these bullshit excuses that you are like, there's just no good men in my town. Look, I hear that from clients in New York City. I hear clients who say that in Shanghai. I hear that from clients who are just in the tiniest of towns. So if you decide to quit using that as a bullshit excuse, because you guys, it's a bullshit excuse, let's admit it. And if you also decide to say, you know what, I don't have it as hard. I mean, I don't have it as hard as other people. Yeah, there's stuff going on in my life, but I am deciding to not let that get in the way anymore. I am deciding to not let that be kind of like the facade for why I'm not doing that work. If you decide to quit blaming others, if you decide to quit blaming your ex or quit blaming the fact that there's just no good men in town or, any of that shit, because that's just actually not a proper excuse. But if you decide to quit blaming others, and if you decide to quit making excuses, you will become successful at finding love again. And if you decide to actually focus on yourself and not use work as a distraction, or not use family as a distraction, or not use the myriad issues that I've heard about, like your church, or you want to buy a new Tesla, or I don't know, you guys wouldn't believe the amount of silly excuses I hear for women not not wanting to do the actual work. But if you decide to not allow those distractions that are just BS excuses, if you decide to say, you know what, those are not going to be distractions anymore. I'm not going to say, oh, the fact that my ex was a jerk, or the fact that my family is crazy, or, oh, work is crazy, or, oh, where I live doesn't have a whole lot of great, wonderful men. If you make that conscious decision to not use that as excuse anymore, and to put that energy that you've been using as a distraction and as excuses to actually do the damn work and do the right work to finding love again, you too are going to be successful at dating and finding love. That's all. So it comes down to a decision here, ladies. If you decide, if you make that conscious choice that your love life is worth a damn, if you decide and you make that conscious choice that you want to date better and you are willing to learn to date better, if you decide to just put all the stuff that didn't work in the trash and not even like repeat that. So if you just, for example, if you decide I'm not going to online date and you actually don't online date and you will become open to dating other ways that are going to be better for you, if you make that conscious choice, you will be successful at dating again. If you decide that love is for you and you are willing to carve time every week to work on that, and if you decide to actually suspend all the bullshit and all of that you're telling yourself, if you decide to, erase all those excuses that you've been telling yourself as to not do the work, then you are going to find love and you're going to be successful at doing that. But in order to be successful at doing that, you have to put away all of the excuses and all of the mistakes that you're currently making that are causing you to feel miserable and are causing you to feel lonely and are causing you to feel frustrated and are causing you to get more and more jaded and cynical every day, although you're a romantic at heart and you actually want to have a secure, incredible, loving relationship. So it's not going to take a magic pill. It's not going to take you being somehow magically transported to a logging town in 1883 where you're the only woman there amongst thousands of men. It's not going to take that. It's not going to take a different family history or a different dating history, or it's not going to take you being 3 inches taller, or it's not going to take work being less crazy, or it's not going to take the fact that online dating is a scam. It's not going to take the fact that you just don't know how to date yet. You wouldn't believe the amount of women that I work with that say, I never learned how to date. If you decide that all of those excuses are bullshit, and you are willing to call yourself out on your own excuses and bullshit, and you make that very conscious decision to do that, that is what is going to determine if you date successfully. That will actually guarantee that you're going to date successfully and you are going to find the love of your life, regardless of all that bullshit in the back, or regardless of all these other excuses that you're using that you're hiding behind because you're scared. So that is the decision that I would present to all of you lovely ladies who are watching this right now. The one thing that is going to separate you from feeling jaded, from feeling cynical, and from never finding love again, despite that's what you want, to closing that gap and actually undoing all your bullshit, to actually learning how to completely recondition yourself from all the crap conditioning you've received to this point, to erasing all the excuses that you're using and actually focusing on you and getting very clear in how you should be dating and getting super confident in who you are right now romantically, not the work part. You guys are already confident with that, but actually getting really confident in who you are as a grown-ass woman and what you bring to the table. And then actually learning how to properly connect with men. No online dating required. If you make that conscious decision to do those things, then you are going to be able to find that love. Then you're going to be able to learn how to date successfully, regardless of where you live, regardless of your dating history. But it is going to take you making that conscious decision. So that is the one thing. That is the only thing that stands between you, where you are right now, craving love, but not having luck with it, as well as where you want to be, which is finding and attracting and keeping that incredible, secure love that you deserve, quite frankly. Now, remember, it has nothing to do with your past, has nothing to do with how busy and crazy work is or your family problems or any of that shit. But it is you right now, as you watch this today, making that decision. Now, are you brave enough to make that decision? Are you brave enough to say to yourself and say to me and to say to everybody here, you know what? Today is the day that I decide I want different. Today is the day that I will consciously decide to put all my bullshit excuses away and to bravely step forward and prioritize myself, prioritize my love life, and prioritize my future joy and happiness. Now, if that is something that you are ready to do, and that is the one decision that you are bravely ready to make, here's what I would invite you to do. I would invite you to actually put that in the comment section here, that I bravely decide to do that. And then in addition to that, if you know that you need some help with that you know you want to do that, but you feel a little bit scared because you're not sure how to do that yourself, this is where I can actually help you. And so I would definitely invite you to book a coffee chat with me. We would get to know each other in just 30 minutes, bring a glass of wine, bring a cup of coffee, whatever you'd like, and let's talk. I'd love to hear where you are. I'd love to hear what's really kind of keeping you from finding the love you would want. And I'd love to hear actually what your vision is. What type of man do you want to be with by the end of the year? Maybe even by summertime. I'd love to hear all of that. And for me, you're actually going to get an empowered dating strategy that is going to show you the exact steps that you need to take in order to get that love you want. So That is all I have for now, but I would leave you with that. If you are brave enough to make that one decision to put yourself first and put your love life first and put your future joy first, so you can get what you want and get that love that you finally want and that love you crave, are you going to decide to do that or not? Now is the time to decide. And I have every faith in you that you're going to make that right decision for yourself. So that's all I got for now, but definitely leave your comments below or book a coffee call with me. And I'm looking forward to hearing you. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye.